I am a recognized authority on the 3.5-meter room. I think I shall expound the aspect of that space. Although I know one person who lived in a 3-meter room, they grew up more and more, stubbornly set against the tides of the world, and last year the parent came from the hometown to pick him up. It may be a little hard to believe, but near the campus I can hear there are rooms that are 2 meters long. If you sleep on them every night, there's no doubt you will grow in hate. In the hospital, it's either a 1 meter room, but the students who knew of this ended up mysteriously disappearing and their friends one by one all meet unfortunate fates. And then there's the 3.5-meter room. Compared to the 1, 2, 3-meter room, the 3.5 has the perfect shape. Is it not magnificent? After finishing the high school, I became a supporter of the 3.5-meter room. The 3.5-meter room is my entire world. That is my conviction. But now, there is also the bleedy reality of the situation. Where is the person responsible? Then I was a freshman high school student, and before me lay open a countless door to various different campus lives. But I didn't join any of the careers. A rose-colored campus life is, after all, nothing more than an illusory dream. I decided to trap myself in a trunkless space known as the 3.5-meter room. One person once says this: throw away books and go out into the city. But what was he saying to do once you go out into the city? For the next 2 years, I spent most of my time in a 3.5-meter room, and some people came to call me the 3.5-meter ideology. A famous story begins with a normal man that one morning turns into an insect. For me, it was not so dramatic, but I had definitely a problem. But as I had not had much enthusiasm to go outside previously, wouldn't go crazy trying to get out make me quite slow as a human? When I sat down and calmly waited it out, the situation might well change for the better on its own. I had come with a single hypothesis. It's supposed that this was a curse of that old fortune teller. There was an old man who emitted a frilly and airy aura as I passed to go at this door. The old man said, "Hey, young man, you will be in trouble soon. You have made a false step in life." I replied, "That is not the case at all. I am satisfied with the way I live." But the old man continued, "You should be so stubborn. I can say you have talent, so there is opportunity dangling before your eyes." That is not an opportunity or anything. Finally, the old man went, "He he he he," or maybe not, but he smiled heavily like that. As I cried out a line straight from some copy drama to no response, I have no choice but to take all the embarrassment upon myself. Well, it seems we have finally entered the realm of science fiction. I have feeling there was a once book where someone was trapped in rooms connecting in this way. After 2 or so days, I ran out of food. I was, like a Robinson Crusoe, washed up on a desert 3.5-meter room, but for me, there was a bottle with water and a bed. I had a set of everything. I could hardly call this a state of survival. I had a stroke of good luck. In the 3.5-meter room next door, there were some bread. So then, is it okay for me to eat this? I don't really read so much science fiction, so if this really is that sort of phenomenon, will eating this bread cause some sort of harm? And if this is some sort of hallucination, is this bread even real? It is a bread. Putting aside rational explanation, this was indeed an honest to goodness bread, and so the problem of my food supply was basically solved. As I could not see the light of the sun, I could not determine whether it was noon or night, and though I made it a point to delineate each day from the next, I could not be sure that my delineation were correct. I can ignore the nutrients that I get from the bread. I got it a few days ago from a person named Pixon, who came to the store a couple days before I came trapped. There were times I despaired, but after I thought about it, perhaps this situation could be called a stroke of luck. If I transfer to the next room next door, I can get another bread. I might be getting lopsided nutrition, but food will not be a problem in the foreseeable future. With the things as they are, I could think of these walls of 3.5-meter room as a wonderful place to live. From a psychical perspective, a 3.5-meter space is quite small, but one can create an expansive inner world from within a world of imagination, regarding boundaries. That way, I will show this god of fate who is the boss. I trembled with Simon. I thought that I might take this opportunity to read the books I had not read. I have as much time as I need. This is fun. This is fun. This is fun. Sometimes, to pass the time, I will immediately think to study, but the sudden graduation knocked me out. As a pioneer in this 3.5-meter world, I move a plan to barely make my life here. I will devise ways to do the bread to make various other dishes. I will make my own utopia. Just thinking about it make me excited. Even doing something as shameful as this, no one in the world will pay any heed. I will not be pestered by other people. It is indeed a world just for myself. Absorbing my cellar reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, I got drunk on cheap whiskey and cried out over the ceiling, becoming afraid of the ceiling world pressing me down around me. I sang the song I knew at the top of my lungs, and also I discovered that I myself wanted to escape from the 3.5-meter world. I didn't want to admit, but I was completely and utterly sick of the 3.5-meter world. It must have been a week since I had been trapped in this mysterious world. Anyway, let's see how far this 3.5-meter room go. That day, I must have traveled over 100 3.5-meter room, and yet they still continued. Eventually, I felt like a fool. I made a curious discovery. I thought to read great writing, which I had bought at the library, but it didn't exist in the 3.5-meter room. The collection on each room were different, if only slightly. I noticed that although at a glance the 3.5-meter rooms seemed identical, they were each slightly different. Could it be that I was dead? Had I fallen into so-called 3.5-meter hell, forced to suffer for all eternity? It's hard to believe the leaves are probably turning by now on the outside. I had not eaten out for more than 1,000 hours, nor bathed in the sun's ray, nor breathed fresh air, nor spoken with another human being. In this room was something I did not remember. It seemed to be a mask. Why did 3.5-meter room have this difference? They should be the same 3.5-meter room. So, what gave rise to this small difference? In the instant I grasped the structure of this 3.5-meter world. Those shelves with books I had missed to change the boy. Circles which I should have been member of. I see. These are my parallel worlds. In these how many tens of days I have been crossing through the parallel universe of 3.5-meter rooms for each of the various choices I could have made. This is the telescope from my father. Apparently, in this reality I was an astronomer. I remember feeling some astonishment. This one looked like that in this reality I made a movie. I threw away my backpack filled with hundreds of pesos. It's not like I will ever make use of them. Did you get paid? Didn't the cameraman hit on you? Not having a single person make fun of me for doing a thing like this was a hard to take. If there were some sleepy girl companion here with me.
What do you think you're doing? Are there maggots crawling around your cerebral cortex?
I'm sure they would have completely belittled me like that. And yet every occupant of every room seemed to be having fun, even if this was rose-colored. I could see each 3.5-meter room had enough color to it. Was it possible for me to have made these choices? But I had already realized my fate would change from even a teenage choices. An innumerable numbers of eyes are born, and innumerable numbers of 3.5-meter room are born. In other words, theoretically, This 3.5-meter world has no end. I tried to begin studying each one and myself as a whole, but I immediately lost my motivation and instead my interest shifted to the treasure strange room of the various people I was mixed up with. The person named FP was 1 year older than me and the head of one gang. He was a small man who would not allow you to buy more than 2 drugs, but in his eyes you can see that his politically masked hypocrisy. Now that I think about it earlier,
Do you know a young man who has been doing troubles?
no,
Then I'm going to tell you a number of things. If anything comes to mind, answer. Park Festival, Lopside, Hannah.
Hannah was the poster child of a orange-haired maiden on the campus. If I were only perchance to meet her, I bet I would lavish her with gifts without a second thought, regardless of their hardship on myself. However, I should have been satisfied to the point of bursting by all these people surrounding my campus lives. What in the world was I doing? I knew not how to partake of the world. The person who gave me the bread to most of my rooms participated in many circles. I still don't have a full portrait of him. He continued to meddle in every one of my lives. If I only met him, then I bet my campus life would have been a fun one. Pixon always seemed to be my only real friend. This was Pixon's smartphone that he must have forgotten. I tried all kinds of password. For fun I punched Hannah's name, and it unlocked. Amazingly, it seemed that Hannah was Pixon's girlfriend. I couldn't believe it. Why didn't he ever introduce her to me? But it seemed like this was Pixon's big secret. Pixon asked to borrow a car that Hannah had, but he was told no.
Wait, I can't just. So suddenly.
The Park Festival is an special event for couples. It seemed like Pixon planned on taking the car by force.
I'm just borrowing it.
What a fearful pull-up. An idiot throw and throw. I wonder where he gets all the boldness from. Is this really the judgment for a human whose hair is so twisted? He's hiding right now into FP's clutches. Park Festival was more than 2 months after the day I became lost in this world. If I could escape from here. This is the room I originally lived in. Somehow, after this how many tens of days, I had returned to the 3.5-meter room I installed. Could it be that the corner-friendly world of 3.5-meter rooms I believed so strongly I was traveling through was in fact a small loop? Is this the end of the world? Am I dead? I wish I could live happily together with everyone. I had thought the days were all wasted, but they were such a bounty. Always dreaming of the realistic. I never looked at what I had right around me. That was the life I chose. And this is the result I wish for. It was evening at the UA Joseph Greek Fair the previous summer, only a short stretch from my boarding house. I would go there every day fishing for bugs. What is that?
Oh, it's a macro. It's from a movie that I watched in my childhood.
At that point her expression, which was like some Europa forced the city, relaxed into a smile, and that smile made me an impression that has never left my mind. In short, frankly, to put it plainly, honestly, saying without any reservation, at that moment I fell head over heels for her. That night, when I went to the shop, I found a little stuffed fellow, and although I put it into my pocket, intending to give it to her. I should have thought to look for her, but I never took the first step.
Stop wandering aimlessly and grab that opportunity with the all you heard.
I will take the step now, whether it takes 100 steps or 1,000.
Who are you?
It is me. Leave it to me. I will pray for you.
Oh, 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 oh. My leg is broken. Please, let me go.
I'm not letting you go, no matter what.
Why do you care about me?
You and I are connected by the black thread of fate.
I don't know what you're thinking about, and I don't like it.
Having failed to steal a car, he go walking, but he was cornered all manner of people who lives has gotten in the way of.
What is this?
It's something I once picked up. I believe it's yours, correct?
I've been searching for it since the last year.
So, if you like, how about we go to the restaurant?
For some reason, I have a feeling like I've been waiting for those words for a long time.
Because it is not the purpose of this film to show the further development of my relationship with her, I will refrain from showing much. I wouldn't want to turn my dear bigger time than the other, nor would I. Nothing else is as boring to tell as the story of a successful love.